Uplots, what is your favorite designer?
Marketing-wise, I think Zambumon does the best job. That's the area I am lacking. I hate you guys. Yeah, he's done an incredible job marketing his key sets. He does fantastic renders. Honestly, at some point, I'll probably ask him to render my sets for me.
Oh, come on! You're going to have you're going to have a bad time asking me for renders.
Are you gonna tell him?
Yeah, I
to
know.
get a
I will have to ask you like a year in advance.
A year in advance. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he does a very good marketing for his sets, which is something I'm currently lacking. And then for like favorite sets and stuff, I really like Maito's designs, Laser and Godspeed, the SA Godspeed, not the MT3 Godspeed. I don't like the die sub version of Godspeed, but yeah, Laser and the double shot Godspeed version are very good sets. And also Canvas is a very nice colorway. I hope he's doing it for MT3 someday.
Yeah, I mean, very nice.
And then also honorary mentioning Tom Berry for being very picky about legends and stuff, as Zambumon pointed out before.
Oh, he's as picky as he's like I'm really picky, and he's the guy that you have to talk to if you want to. Like, he really cares. He really cares about legends. Like, if you have okay, so right now, if you go there and go and check the SA Yuri set, he really cares about Cyrillic. He knows what he's doing. Like, he has spent a lot of time working on that. And he not only cares about Cherry Legends, he also cares about Gordon Modified Legends. And if I had to work with someone making Legends for a set, it would be him. Because he would probably be the one that cares the most. And yeah, that's like, he has been doing this for a long time. He really cares, and he's very passionate about the sets. Sometimes people might see that passion the wrong way, but that's why people really like the end result of his sets is reflected on that. And I guess especially when he goes with custom mods and custom legends, custom alphas, and people really, if you are interested on this side of the sets, go and check the Alps DCS and SA Yuri intercheck if you want to see what I'm talking about. Or you can go to the original SA Carbon, the round one, which I don't know where you can get it. I think it's in group buys. So, like, they moved the thread from interchecks to group buys because they use the same thread. I don't know how they did. Like, I don't know exactly where you can find it, but you can see that he really cares and how he translated to the sets.
Awesome.
Zambumon, I have a question for you.
You have a question.
Who owns a colorway?
Oh no.
Legally.
Oh no!
The question.
No. Let's do something. Let's let Hugh introduce that section for us. So we can have a fun talk about who owns the colorway.
Can we have this conversation drunk in NorCal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then we can,
That could be
really...
like,
Yes,
who owns a
please.
colorway?
Okay.
Who owns a colorway?
Who
Okay.
owns a colorway?
If you want to have some fun, not many people, like, this is one of the issues with the community right now, is that they don't. One of the issues I have discussed with a couple people is that we don't have any series of videos because people are not going to read. So you need video essays. We don't have any video essays explaining custom mechanical keyboards, the history. And this goes with key sets. But the topic of who owns a colorway has been around for many years. back in 2015 or early 2016, there was huge melons about who owns a colorway.
False.
False. Yes. And there were multiple threads. There were false. There was a lot of drama regarding the novelties. There were a lot of drama there were a lot of replies that shouldn't have sent from anybody. It led to me to leaving GitHub again. So yes, who owns a colorway is like, legally speaking, you, in most cases, most applications, you can't own a color or a colorway. There are some
Agreed.
exceptions. Tiffany blue is a copyrighted color if you're using, and you can't use it with packaging, because that's the context. Like in packaging, you can't use Tiffany blue. There's also, I think, I don't know if Coca-Cola red can, like, the exact same red can't be used
but
with
beverages.
beverages.
Doesn't it like depend on the context, or like?
Yeah, Ferrari red for cars, I think like they won't mix it to you. So yeah, context is it's a lot for colorways, I guess. But in mechanical keyboards, we are a niche hobby. Nobody owns a colorway, but it's a matter of respect. So what stops a set to be done is people asking, like, I have one set and there's another set that is almost similar or very similar. You don't own a colorway for this, and you probably resolve it behind the scenes. But when it goes public, I think it's mostly a matter of respect with other community members. Like, you don't carbon copy another set.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Vortex copying making DSA carbon.
Not many people know about that. Do you want to go over that? I know there's insight into that.
Oh, there's insights. There has been actually Vortex made the keysets and made the keyboards, and then after making them and showing them at Computex, they PM'd the designer, which in that case was Tomberry. They also PM other designers, which might they PM'd me. They PM'd me because I guess Nautilus. I know that they PM'd a couple designers. I stand with Doblovsky in his position of saying, no, you are not going to have my colorway. Like, you are not going to have my blessing to use this colorway.
You mean you stand with Tomberry?
Yeah, I stand with Tomberry. Yeah, I said that. If I didn't say that, that's yeah.
You said Doblovsky.
Editing magic.
Come on.
He stands with both.
I think that in this is a matter of asking people if they are okay with that. Get involved. Like, if you make new profile of keycaps, don't pretend that you don't know about colorways that exist, and contact the designer, because they will probably shield your set. They will probably help. They will probably bring attention. And it's not about money. It's not about. It's just the matter that it's cool if you ask people that came up with that idea of making that theme or everything, I guess. But technically speaking, you can do it. You can take Nautilus and you can make a keyset with.
Yeah.
I guess GMK will say no, I guess, because they don't like the idea of piecing people that like to work with them. But maybe JTK will say yes, or Signature Plastics might say yes. I don't know. I know that Signature Plastics, they have a case of someone asking for a colorway and some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, my opinion on the whole thing is also that legally you can't own a colorway. I don't think you should be able to. But it's people, when this topic comes up, people seem to only focus on this part of is it legal or not. But I think it's not about it being legal or not. It's about being fair or not. Because when other manufacturers or designers just start copying other people's sets, then you are not making a very attractive environment in this community for new designers to come to. Imagine 2015 or like 2014 when Tom Berry made the interest check for SA Carbon for the first round. And imagine some manufacturer immediately started producing this set. Then the
Oh, that
SA
happened to me.
version, the SA version wouldn't have happened, and then probably Tom Berry would have left the hobby, and then we wouldn't have Yuri, we wouldn't have Eclipse and
Denim.
the GMK version of Carbon and so on. And I think that would also be the case for me, like when I designed SA Oblivion, and if immediately afterwards or like a few months after into the interest check, someone already started producing the set, then I would have lost interest in staying as a designer in this hobby and would have left. So while you can't legally own it, I think it's best for this community that we don't step on each other's toes, so that we have a very friendly environment for designers to come into and to grow in. And yeah, that's
What do you
my
think?
opinion.
What do you think, Olivia? Who owns a colorway?
I think I agree with Zombimon and Oblotsky. I think at this stage, at least, and even like if you look at other like more professional designer spaces, like architecture or furniture, like there is this like spirit of respecting each other's designs and like treading the line between like inspiration and outright copying. And I think most people understand on like a personal level the amount, if you're like investing all this effort to design a set and like market it and try and like get it produced, like it's quite rude in a way to try and take someone's like efforts and kind of manipulate it in that way without their blessing, in a sense. But legally speaking, like this is all very, very muddy.
I had actually okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Continue.
No.
I was going to
say,
say.
like, you go.
Okay, I was going to say about the GMK Nautilus. When we were doing between the IC and the group buy, the set was already scheduled, and we were waiting like 2 months before the group buy or something. I got a PM from GMK, one of the from GMK themselves. GMK the person, let's say it. He was at Computex and he spotted a Taihao version of GMK Nautilus. He was like, okay, it seems like this set is going to do, like I told him that it seems like this set is going to do really well. Because if they are already knocking, like copying the set before launching, it might be a good signal. And that wasn't my first set, but imagine like, and I know there are 2 quality tier knockups. Imagine if those knockups were done during the interest check. I would just like Oblowski said, I would probably just quit and move to another projects, because it's not cool that, okay, if I'm going to do an interest check and it's going to be done immediately by a company without me involved, then what's the point of doing it? Luckily enough, community vendors, those that interact with the community, those that do those GMK sets, they are not interested in doing this. Novel Kiss is not interested in doing that or screwing a designer for the sake of selling a set. Or Mikey or you. Like the ones that I work with, they have always been the opposite way. They have been very respectful. They approach, or if they like they say, they approach the designer, or you approach the vendor, and they couldn't run a set without the designers the other designer's consent. Let's say that the set is completely exactly the same as another one, because it's not owning a colorway. It's just that it's not really cool. It's not welcoming. It's like you especially if you do an interest check and you spend a lot of hours working it. I have interest checks that they didn't take me that long, but some sets they have taken me such a long work, and the least that you want from them is that your set is get like your idea is used by another one without like just as soon as like I don't know unexpectedly you see that your set is done by others and you are not involved, and it sucks obviously.